Hello and welcome back. The timer is steadily ticking down. It's another 396 days to go. Our little guy seems pretty content though. Got a little grin on his face. Having a great time. These bleak walls could use some pictures. Hey, I'm working on it, man. I'm working on it. Little bit by little bit, but oh, hang on, his little grin's gone now. He's no longer quite so content now that he's got to get up and go to work. I understand that. Also, there's always this cobwebby around here. Is it always quite so... probably. Must have just not noticed it. Oh, hold up. Hold up a second. We've generated some free coal over here. I'm not about to leave that behind. I'm about to leave that little treasure trove behind. You know the fire has burned out while we've been gone. I mean, makes sense, right? It's been a couple days. I'm up to 6 coal already though, so if I can find some more flint, I can set him loose with another fire for next time. Depends what we find today, I suppose. I mean, my primary goal here is going to be to explore the dark room, because none of the new stuff that we know will unlock over time is ready to unlock yet. So, I mean, all we can really do is try and dig into some of the little corners of the map that we weren't able to explore in the last session. Yeah, I think the dark room is probably the main one, although it's entirely possible there's some other bits and pieces that I missed throughout my exploration session. Entirely possible. Not certain, but possible. I was making a point to log off at his home last time. I feel like that felt like it was better for him, you know? Like, if he's going to be left unsupervised for a few days, he should be in a place where he's got his books and his pictures and his fireplace, you know? That made a lot more sense to me. But I'm not sure it mattered, because, I mean, he did have a little grin on his face, and now that he's back to it, he doesn't anymore. And I don't think sitting in his chair for 2 days was necessarily the means to keep him happy. I don't know, maybe we could leave him reading a book or something next time and that will work? I don't know, worth a try I suppose. Because I'm going to be gone a bit longer this time I think, unless I find that I still have quite a lot of stuff left to explore. I'm probably going to leave it like a week between videos from here on out. At least a week. I do want to come back in time to check the Fallen Stalactite, but I mean, that's likely going to be a ways off, you know? And then the only other sort of major thing that we're waiting for currently is the pool filling up. I imagine there will be more of these things. I can't imagine there'll be a thing after a week and a thing after a month in a game that's supposed to last over a year. I think it's likely we're going to find some other stuff that's going to take some time. Want to go through the door? Want to try that? There we go. We did it. I believe the best route to the dark place was this way? I want to say. It was definitely to the left, but the specifics escape me. I don't think I'm going to get much opportunity to like properly map this place out. Short of literally logging in every other day like I would on a normal Let's Play, but I don't think it's going to be worth it with this game, honestly. I don't think there's going to be enough to do to justify bi-daily videos on it. So yeah, I'm probably not going to get to know this entire map super well, even over my entire year of play, but I'm hoping to at least get like a base understanding of where things are, right? Like a general direction to head in for specific landmarks, and I believe this specific landmark is this way. I believe. I'm gonna stop and grab that. Coal seems like the only resource that's particularly easy to get, honestly. I'm assuming our little shade friend here is supposed to be made of coal. The way he talks about coal. Fallen brother is returning home, you know? Like, it implies that like he is a being made of coal, which makes sense since he was created by a god made of earth. Like, that does add up. The specifics beyond that, though. I don't know if we're ever going to get specifics. I don't know if this is going to be the sort of game that clarifies a lot of the fine detail, or if it's just like open to speculation, you know. But thankfully, I found this place on my first attempt. Look at me remembering things. Look at me going. Hell yeah, man. Alright, let's see what's in the spooky lands. I was only saying in Lunacid? Lunacid. The other game I am now playing on this channel currently. Honestly, just make an area a bit darker than the other ones and give it like an ominous background music and you've made a horror game. It's that easy. 3 doors, which one shall I choose? We'll start with the closest, I think. Being able to dismiss text boxes by just right-clicking anywhere is a godsend. Honestly, the very limited controls to this game are quite nice. If you watch me play any game, you will realise that I do occasionally get a little bit confuddled on buttons. If they're not like super like ingrained, intrinsically designed button presses. There will be times when I press the wrong one. Oh, cool, didn't even see that. Okay, so we can't go up there. Good to know. I already regret coming to the dark place, honestly. I didn't expect it to be one of these pick-a-door shenanigans sort of things. Thought this game might be above that sort of thing, but I guess not. It's just confusing. Now, that looks like flint, though. Is that flint? Oh, I have... Oh! Flint isn't consumed. Only the coal's consumed, I think. So I can just make fire whenever, as long as I have the coal supplies. That's good to know. Very good to know. Don't know what I'm going to do with this excess flint I found now, but I guess it doesn't hurt to have more things. It doesn't hurt to hoard things like a fucking dragon. A little loot goblin. Okay. This door. What a cozy place. I mean, you're not wrong. That is, though. That's interesting, isn't it? Ugh. Oh wait, hang on, this is the entrance again. Okay. Alright. Not tried the middle door yet then, have I? Can't remember if there were any doors I ended up not checking. First time I've seen his little baby crawl animation. Yeah, I can't remember if there were any doors I didn't check going the other route. There may have been. It's entirely possible. I'm not entirely sure I want to loop all the way back round again to find out, but there's got to be something worthwhile in this area though, right? And it's not going to be this entire zone is just for a piece of flint. There's going to be something else in here. Probably this way, I think, because this is the most sort of distinctive route so far, right? It's also possible things will just appear in places where there wasn't things as I progress through the game. Like 2 months from now, that little cozy room might have, I don't know, something cool in it. The mind boggles at the possibilities. Okay. I think I may have been in this room before. Maybe? Oh, well, I've not been here before. Can we get that, or are we going to need the pickaxe for it, do you think? Sorry, the mattock, yeah. My nose is not quite sharp enough to carve out this crystal. Maybe I can find a handy mattock somewhere. Yeah, well, I strongly suspect that we're going to need the stalactite to come down in order to get the mattock, but I don't know that for sure. I definitely haven't fully explored, you know, even outside of the dark zone. There's definitely some niche corners I haven't checked out yet. I want to try not getting caught in the loop around the like crystal tunnel place. There's a lot of doors that just sort of lead into each other around there. Hear the sound of running water. Can you push the boulder? You can. No, keep going. Keep going. I didn't say stop. I guess I have to hold down click. Wonder where this water is going. Okay. That may have done something somewhere. We may have achieved something there. So that was just the crystal. I think if we go back a room, there's a door I haven't explored yet. I do not have a strong enough sense of direction for this game. My sense of direction isn't that bad. I know people who have considerably worse, but you need like a proper like cartographer's mind for. Did I not pick that up? Okay, never mind. It was only coal anyway. I wasn't that excited about it. Yeah, we came in through the middle door here, so I've not tried the left one yet. Oh, the wonders to behold. Uh-huh. Let's go left first this time. Sure that won't confuse me. Okay, this is up from there, that's fine. And the right door? And the right door? More doors, cool. I was really just hoping we'd just walk into a few more doors. Is this the water? Probably not. It might be draining from there though, potentially. Maybe doing that will like, maybe that's like linked to the drip in the water room, and moving that will speed up the rate that goes out or something. We do appear to have just found some sort of temple though, so more to see yet. The inscription reads, "Only a fool tries to reach the end of eternity." Is this going to be some Neverhood shit? Absurdly long corridor. Time seems to be standing still in these halls. Oh, you're right, time is standing still in these halls. So if I wanted time to not pass, I could technically log him out here. I don't know why I'd want that. The whole purpose of the game is for time to pass. I'm assuming I'm assuming this just loops forever, but I will walk a little bit further. I will walk a little bit further, just to say, look, see, there's a thing. Committing to doing my thing has actually paid off. Almost there. Sheet of paper. I also wonder where it came from. Okay, so now we've got to keep going a little bit further, right? Now that we found a thing, we need to see if there's another thing. So I don't want to make this the entire video, just me walking all the way along here and then walking all the way back again. But just in case. If I hadn't found that sheet of paper, I would have turned around by now, but knowing that there are things in here. See? See? Is there just going to be like a sheet of paper every just enough steps away that that I commit to walking even further forward? That's it's like perfectly spaced to bait me into going just a little bit further. It really is. Because I mean, this could very easily be endless. Could very easily be endless. And it probably is endless. Another piece of paper just in time. Alright. You know what? I'm going to grab this one and turn around. That's it. That's all I'm willing to commit to this. I don't need this much paper. And it doesn't look like if the third item had been something different, I might have been more interested in committing, but it does seem like it is just an endlessly looping corridor where you get a piece of paper every, like, X amount of steps, you know? I imagine the purpose of this place is to waste your time. I mean, obviously it's a useful mechanic if there is something that happens like at a specific time and you're aware of it happening at a specific time and you don't want to miss that time. And it's nice to have a place you can go and be in stasis, right? It's useful from that perspective, but I imagine, like, as far as actually, like, exploring it is concerned, there is no exploring it. You will just be walking forever. And the further you walk, the further you have to walk back, right? So I'm not gonna get lured into this trap, unfortunately. You got me pretty good 3 times there. Honestly, the longing, you got me pretty good, but I need time to pass, goddammit. I desperately need time to pass. We're not making much headway into that 400 days so far, are we? In fact, I would say we're about 1% of the way through. Not even 1% of the way through yet. So, yeah, a little bit more. A little bit more to get through, yeah. Especially given that, as I say, we know the first sort of major story beat isn't going to happen until we're a week in. I want that story beat to happen. I want that stalactite to fall, and I want to see what we get as a result of that. Because the exciting parts of this game are going to be uncovering how the world changes over time, right? It's going to be the differences that make the game, as opposed to most games where it's more about just exploring your environment. This one is about knowing your environment and knowing how it shifts with time. That's how it feels to me, anyway. I've said before, I have a lot of love for that. I always love it, like, one of my favourite things in Metroidvanias, which are, you know, if you only have to look through my Let's Plays on this channel to know that I'm a big fan of those. One of my favourite things that developers can do with a Metroidvania is make it so that after a certain point in the game, things change. and revisiting old areas suddenly has a lot more purpose, because now, you know, there's new enemies there, there's a new path through it as a result of something shifting or whatever, you know, that sort of thing. Hollow Knight does it a little bit. Metroid Dread did a really good job of it with one of its areas. Yeah, I like that sort of thing. So if this game's going to be doing a fair bit of that, then I'm fully on board. The real challenge is going to be knowing where and when those changes are going to happen. Because I have zero inclination to look up a guide or anything for this game. Like, I'm sure you can min-max this game and get to a point where you're essentially getting through the game in probably a few days, due to the ways you can like make time go forward faster and stuff, and sort of optimize your route through it to discover everything at the appropriate time and all that sort of shenanigan. But I am here to see for myself what this game wants to offer me. I just hope I'm still invested, like weeks and months down the line, you know? I hope this doesn't become a chore. Because, I mean, obviously, it's very slow going, right? Walking from one screen to another takes time. And I can already feel myself getting a little bit impatient with that. And I do wonder if, like, way down the line I'll be logging in and going, has anything changed? How can I know? I have to do another tour of all the important landmarks of the area for this week, you know? I'll have to very slowly trudge around and see. But hopefully there'll be a bit more, there'll be like stronger indications of things changing, so I'll sort of know what is best to explore and when, to a degree. And I don't want the game to just tell me the solutions or whatever, but if it gives me some sort of hint of, like, you know, I'll log in and be like, oh, I heard a crash from the Far Eastern Caverns or something, you know, just something like that, just to sort of point me in the right direction. That would be pretty cool, but I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I would hate to get, you know, 6 months into this game and decide that I can't be bothered with it anymore, and know that I, you know, still have a long way to go to finish it, but never get to see the end. I'm sure I've got more dedication than that. Look, I'm the guy who did 100 odd videos of Pathologic. Like, I will commit to something. God damn it, I will always commit to something. I don't think this series is going to go as long as Pathologic. I mean, certainly not as many videos, at least. Because that was a long series. To be fair, most games I don't normally do everything in. I mean, to be fair, I don't think I did everything in Pathologic, but near enough. But yeah, I mean, there were 3 different campaigns and I wanted to see them all. Whereas most games I'll normally like play through and then be like, you know, see the rest for yourself. But Pathologic was a bit of a grabber. Once I'd invested enough time into getting through one campaign, it was like, but now I need to understand more of it, you know? Which I'm hoping I'm going to have a similar effect with this in, honestly. I'm hoping this is the sort of game that is going to, like, even if it might feel like a bit of a chore at times, there's going to be enough sort of dangling hooks that I want to keep going to sort of fill in the blanks a little bit. Again, though, we will see. We will see exactly how this all plays out in time. So the beautiful thing is I do intend to only stop in on it occasionally. You know, maybe once a week, maybe even once every 2 weeks, after we've sort of become more sort of familiar in the cycles and what we want to do in a session and that sort of thing. It might not become necessary to even play once a week, so I can have 2 other Let's Plays going at the same time. So it's like, this will just be occasionally a thing I pick up and go, I wonder what's going on in the longing, you know? What's next for the longing? So this way leads to where we saw the mattock. I'm just curious if there are any offshoots along here that could... Yeah, I mean, it's entirely possible we could get the mattock now. There's been a lot of hints indicating that we need the mattock. I feel like it is more likely to be a prize that they sort of dangle in front of us for a while. Something that we can't quite get, maybe until that stalactite falls, maybe even later than that. But it's entirely possible we can just get it already, and I've just missed that, you know? So we came to that cliff and the mattock was at the bottom of it, so I'm wondering if we sort of put more emphasis on downwards. If that will pay off for us. I never could work out this as well. I might try this again while I'm here. Because the path definitely splits up in that direction, right? That's not just me reading depth perception wrong or whatever. He really doesn't seem keen on doing it though. Hey, there we go. Clocked it. We've definitely not been up here before. Oh. Hey, that works out. Pick that up. Just need one more musical instrument part now. See, this was worthwhile. We've done so much today. We pushed a boulder, we picked up an instrument part. Where actually am I right now? Oh, there. Okay, I feel like I've been on this screen before, but I didn't realise there was a turn off there. I think up from here is the water, right from here is the... or at least leading towards the crystal tunnel. And left from here leads back down to the dark caves. Yeah, cool. So this is actually a really useful shortcut, now that I know it exists. Going one screen to go all that way is going to get us around a lot. This is another one of those things, to a lesser degree, for sure, but this is one of those things that really won me over about games like The Outer Wilds and Tunic, where progression in the game is tied to your personal player knowledge. It's external to the game itself. It's not like, oh, my character can double jump now. It's, oh, hey, now I realise that this is a thing. And that's going to make life a lot easier for me, you know? And I'm such a big fan of that, man. I am such a big fan of when games can do that effectively. One day I want to replay Tunic, actually. Not on the channel, just in my own time. Knowing what I know about it now, and just see how completely sequence broken I can make it. If you've not played Tunic, or I mean, if you've not played Outer Wilds, then you should definitely get on that. But if you've not played Tunic, strongly recommend you have a little look-see at that one. Check out my Let's Play if you want. Check out my Let's Play at both of them, although if you know anything about Outer Wilds, my playthrough of that at least will probably infuriate you. Yeah, the Tunic one was good. I had a good time with that. I got a little bit frustrated with it at times, but it was one of those, like, I suddenly saw the light with it, you know? I'm not sure if I'd actually recommend you play both of those games yourself rather than watch me or someone else play them, but I'm always going to point traffic towards my videos, you know. Make those view numbers go up. Stroke my fragile ego, goddammit. I think that more or less covers all the exploration I can do right now. I think. Yeah, because this is where the Matic is, and we've absolutely got no access to this yet. I want to try it though. I want to try it knowing that it's an option. There is moss growing down there. I better wait till there is enough to guarantee a soft landing. I guess it will take about 2 weeks. Okay. Should have read that before, eh? Yeah, a little bit of greenery down there. Okay, cool. That's a thing for 2 weeks then. We're gonna get the Matic in 2 weeks. I don't know what that will allow us to do. I'm assuming if we go along that tunnel, we can then drop down to where the dead end was below us here. But also we can go right. And there's been a bunch of places where we can use that Matic. Like a bunch of places. Pretty excited about that actually. Gotta get used to saying the word Matic. I keep saying it as much as possible to try and sort of drill that word into my brain. Because to me that is a fucking pickaxe, but I'm sure Matic is probably like the more official terminology for such a thing. Or maybe it's like a slightly different tool to a pickaxe, and I don't know. I'm not a labourer. Or at least when I was a labourer, I did very unskilled labour, you know. I worked in a supermarket, man. I wasn't able to mine things. Above my pay grade, I'll tell you. I can't remember if I ever went up these steps. I assume they just loop back round on myself. Because before this room, it split into an up and a down, and I went down. So I'm assuming this is just going to lead to the up. Yeah, and then this leads back up to the connection above the Matic. Yeah, that's cool then. There was also a doorway in the gold room that I don't think I've taken. I'm curious to see where that goes. But I think I have covered most of my bases here now. The world isn't as big as it appears. There's a lot of screens, but a lot of them are kind of clearly just put there to make the map feel more confusing, to make it take more learning, but honestly, it's all very tightly interconnected. If you want to get to somewhere, it's very rarely more than like 5 screens away from where you currently are. Which is pretty good design, I think. Okay. Yeah, this is down below. Yeah, okay, cool. Again, just shortcuts to places. So that about covers everything I wanted to do today, I think. We have to wait another 3 days and 15 hours, so 4 days, more or less, before the stalactite comes down. We then have another week until the moss grows, and then another 2 weeks. I don't know exactly how they're judging a month. I don't know if it's a month in real life, in which case it will only be 28 days, for it is currently February, or if it is... or if it's like just like 30 days when they say a month, or what. But it is a month until that water fills up, and I think that is basically all we have right now. That's all of our current knowledge on the situation. We can actually just climb down here, can't we? It's a shame... Actually, no, I've got enough coal to start another fire, don't I? I was going to say it's a shame I can't start another fire, but... Turns out we didn't actually consume the flint when we used it, so... We can make another fire. That'll be great. Might even do a little bit of light reading. definitely going to draw a picture as well. Or maybe I won't. I was thinking I might want to like log my progress in this game, like mark each session spent with it by doing a single drawing. I did 2 in the first video, so maybe I won't do 1 in this one. Does that make sense? We'll call the tooth drawing today's drawing, and then from here on out we'll add another one each time. I mean, I could literally just sit here and draw, and it would use up quite a lot of the shade's time. It would bump us forward in time a little bit, and it would really help to sort of decorate our room a bit, but I think I like the idea of pacing it out a bit like that. God, this guy snores loudly. This game's like really quiet for the most part, and then you come into this room and there's just like this rumbling. Bear in mind that my game audio is usually at about 50% in the recording, so what you're hearing is nowhere near as loud as what I'm hearing right now, but believe me when I say it's a marked step up in volume from everything else in this game. I can't remember what game it was. I was playing a game. It's going to bug me now. There was a game I was recording probably about 6 months ago that just had like the wildest volume swings in it. It triggered the hell out of me. There were just some... Oh, was it? I think it was the Amber Throne. I think it was the Amber Throne. There was just some stuff in the Amber Throne that was just absurdly loud for absolutely no reason. I just got an achievement. I could use some running water in my home. Oh, pushing the boulder aside gave me a little wash basin. Can I do anything with that? That's not what I clicked. Not what I wanted to interact with. Constant noise of running water is driving me insane. I turn it back on, it's nice. The soothing music of running water is calming my nerves. Okay. Though he has no horse in this race, it turns out. Alright. We did find a book last time. And while I haven't read all the starting books yet, I'm intrigued as to what my new one was all about. Oh, he just has a mouth when he sat in his chair. That's all it is. I thought maybe it was like some indicator of his happiness or something, but I think he just has a mouth when he's in his chair. Is it Poems 2? Is that the new one? That's 12 pages. That's way too long. That's way too longer. From my childhood days. From my childhood days rings an old song's plaintive tone. Oh, how long the ways, oh, how long the ways I since have gone. What the swallow sung, what the swallow sang, in spring or in autumn warm, do its echoes hang about the farm? When I went away, full coffers and chests were there. When I came today, all was bare. Childish lips so wise, with a lore as rich as God. He reads faster than me. He just turned the page. He just turned the page on his own. He did that. I didn't do that. This fucker was just like, no, actually, I'm done with that one. Fuck you, Joe. Okay. Alright, fair enough. Time is... It occasionally skips a sec. I think it is ticking faster and it occasionally skips a second currently. Time goes slightly faster when he's reading, look at that. So we've only gone what is currently pushing 40 minutes. But I think we've pretty much exhausted what we want to do today, so I'll probably be calling it about here. Just make a regular fire for him. The warmth of the fire makes life underground even more pleasant. Good. Glad to hear it. And I think I'm going to try just leaving him. Just leaving him reading Moby Dick. I don't know if I can quit the game while he's reading. I think I can. And see if he's done by the time we check back in. I imagine he will be. But yeah, thanks for watching today's little longing session. It's a very chill game. There's not any great stakes or anything, but I sort of like where it's going. Next session will be, I guess, in about 4 days' time. I want to see what happens when that stalactite breaks, and I don't think there's going to be much more to see before then. So, yeah, if you're intrigued by this game, check back in about 4 days. What, the 9th, the 10th, somewhere around there? I'll see you for that. Bye.